Welcome back, guys. Back up in a tree again in a little bit different spot. This is a tree you probably don't recognize because you haven't seen me up here yet, but it's one that I've wanted to hunt all year, and I've just kind of been waiting for the wind to be right. It's marginal today. It's a west with a little bit of northwest wind, but I usually like to hunt this on something with a south because I'm facing south here. And it blows. I'm kind of facing west, actually, I guess, but the wind then blows back over this ridge. I'll kind of show you guys what it looks like in a minute, but there's a real steep ridge here, and I'm right on the edge of it. Out in front of me is a bunch of brush and it was old pasture, I think, at one point, but it's grown up. It's probably 40 years ago or more. But yeah, it's covered up with that type of brush and stuff. And then behind me, it drops into hardwoods and goes into another bottom. So it's a pretty good looking spot. I've seen a lot of deer out of this stand before, and like I said, this is the first time in here this year. I did come a little bit later this morning. I came when it was already a little bit light out, just because I haven't been in this stand yet, and it's difficult to get to. So if it's difficult to get to if you haven't been in here at all. But it looks good, and unfortunately, I did see 5 does and 1 small buck on the way in, so there's been a bunch of deer out and about. None of them got real scared, but that buck did blow at me, so I don't like that. But we'll see. I'll spin you guys around here. You can kind of take a look at what it looks like. So I'm just going to sit tight here for a couple hours and see what I can see. The other mission I was on, the reason I wanted to come down here is because I've got a couple trail cameras close by, and I wanted to be able to pull those cards. It's been a month since I've touched them, so I wanted to see what's on there. Maybe come up with a game plan. But we'll check it out. We'll hang tight and see what we can see. It's been probably an hour or so since I last talked to you guys, maybe an hour and a half, and haven't seen anything yet, other than a black squirrel that's been hopping around here, and that's it. A little bit surprising. It's a real dark, dreary day. It rained a bunch last night and early this morning, and every once in a while it kind of seems like it's going to mist or something, but yeah, I don't know. I'm a little surprised. I'm guessing it'll pick up at some point, but I'm probably not going to be sticking it out too long this morning. I've got some other things to do today that I have to do, so I think I'm going to sit for just a little bit longer, and then I'm going to climb down and go check those couple trail cam cards, swap those out, take them home and see what's on them. So I'll catch up with you guys in a little bit. Well, I think I'm going to pull the plug on this sit. I was going to say that I haven't seen anything yet, but I've got a doe bedded behind me down the ridge, probably 80 yards or so, maybe 100, and I just happened to see her. I was kind of looking around and caught something that looked like a deer laying down, but it sure is. So I don't know if there's other ones down there. I can't really tell, but so I'm going to try to sneak out of here. If I can get down, I'm okay because they can't see me. I'm up on top of this flat part of the ridge, and I won't go close to the edge so they can't see me there, but I'm going to sneak down and go pull those camera cards. So let's do that, and we'll see what we got on there. I should mention I haven't seen a whole lot lately on my cameras. That's why I haven't really been showing you guys anything. Nothing of size, but we'll talk about that a little bit more after I get these cards down, and we'll head home and take a look at them. So let's go do that now. here. I'm kind of on my way out. Man, is this little microplot, old microplot, ripped up with scrapes. I can count 5 of them right here. 5 big ones right where I'm standing. One including this mock scrape that I made. I'm going to spin it around. This was that mock scrape that we made a month ago, about now. But yeah, they're all over this little microplot. And it used to be a nice little clover plot, but I slacked again this year, didn't get anything put in. Here's another scrape here. I mean, things are just torn up. There's a couple over there. Just some big scrapes. Again, I got high hopes for this card pull. It said there were 160, 50 maybe pictures on there, which is not too bad. We'll see what we got. Let's head home.
Well, I got those cards home and really was pretty disappointed at what I saw. Just a lot of young bucks, nothing even over 2.5 years old. So really, really slow. I don't know. I probably should move them around, I guess. I don't know. They're just not hitting those scrapes in those locations or what. You'd figure a more mature deer would show up. But anyhow, that being the case, I did recently pull these pictures from the other side of the farm. I put a camera up over there. It's an area that I've hunted in a tree, but this deer here was one of the better deer I've got all year. He showed up on the 26th, 27th, and I believe I had a picture of him a week prior as well at night. But this is a good-looking deer. He's got 12 points. Both ends of both main beams drop right off. It's almost like they're drop tines, and I don't think they are, but I think those are the points that kind of stick up. But it's possible they're drop tines. I guess I'm not sure how they would score those. But a real good-looking deer. The caveat with this guy is the day after these pictures were taken, I believe on the 28th, he was harvested by the neighbor. And luckily the neighbor is one of our good friends, and we're pretty close with him, so I was really happy for him. I actually got to help him recover the deer. It was a great deer, and it's unfortunate for me that I didn't get over there and try to hunt this guy earlier. This next picture here shows that he was active in the daylight. But this camera is directly underneath one of my stands. And typically I don't like to put my cameras right in front of my stand. But I have a mock scrape there, and I have a stand set up, and I just dropped this camera on it. So he was definitely killable. And yeah, like I said, this picture was on the 27th at 8 in the morning. And then the next morning around that same time, 9 o'clock, I think the neighbor ended up harvesting him. Not too far from this. It's probably 100 yards or so from where this camera is. This tree is fairly close to the property line. So, yeah, I was happy for the neighbor. Great deer. He put a tape on him when we were there, and, rough scored him real quick, and he scored 153-ish, I think, low 150. So, really great deer. Happy for him. But now I need to keep looking for more targets on the farm. And at that point, I didn't even know this guy was really around. I'd heard the neighbor kind of mention he had a picture of him. I think he showed me, but I didn't have any pics of him. And then I ended up pulling this camera when I went in to help him harvest the deer, and sure enough, he was on there. So I guess that's a testament to getting your cameras out early and keep an eye on things. But I'll keep showing you guys more pics as I get them. Let's go back to the next hunt.
Hey guys, welcome back. As you can see, I'm up in this tree stand again. Being pretty quiet. It's real calm and quiet today. It's kind of strange. We've had this real calm weather quite a bit the last week or so. Typically we've got some wind, but I'm back in the spot that I showed you guys in the last video. Kind of on a rough spine of a ridge that leads between a cornfield and down into a bottom area, and then bottoms on both sides. This is the stand where I saw the 10-pointer the other night, that 2-year-old, with a coyote that ran him off. Hopefully I don't have that happen tonight, but I would like to see some deer. It's cool tonight. It's 31 degrees, I think. It was about around 20 degrees this morning, so it's pretty cold. It is Monday, November 6th, I believe. It's the afternoon. It's about 2:30 now, so I've got 3 hours of hunting light left. I'm just going to sit here and see if I can see something or hear something. The nice thing about this stand is I can hear quite a bit top of this ridge. I can hear down both sides. Hoping I can hear something moving down in here. Maybe call to it if I'm not sure what's going on. But yeah, we'll hang in here and see what we can see. I'll catch up with you guys in a little bit. Well, it's been pretty quiet so far. I have not seen a deer. Haven't heard anything. The only thing I've seen is like 2 squirrels. That's it. But it is dead quiet up here. There's no wind at all. Nothing. It's just calm and quiet. I've got about an hour and 20 minutes left to shooting lane, so hopefully something starts moving closer to dark. But, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I'm kind of surprised it's been this quiet. I figured something would be moving, or at least hear a deer somewhere, but nothing. Oh, it's November 6th. You never know. That could change at any moment. Well, guys, this is one of the quietest nights I've ever had, I think, hunting. There have been plenty of times where I haven't seen any deer or anything, but it is just dead tonight. Just nothing moving. Just a couple squirrels, but not even much squirrel activity. Really strange. But that means, I guess, things could break loose, in the next couple days again. But that said, I think that's going to do it for this video. I'm going to close it up now. If something shows up, I'll show it to you guys at the end here. But hopefully you guys are having better luck than me. It's been a little bit slow. I haven't been out a ton, but I've been out, quite a few times now in the last week, and just not seeing too much. But that could change, like I said, at any minute. But yeah, hopefully you guys are doing better than I am. Hopefully this changes around. I'll be out again later this week, I think. I'm gonna try to take another day off and then get out. But yeah, anyways, that's gonna